I'd like to welcome y'all to Q City World, and today we'll be talking about Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. It's looking like Errol Spence gonna be back in the ring December or January. It's looking like he's supposed to be fighting Lamont Peterson, but Lamont Peterson still ain't signed the contract yet. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Lamont Peterson probably gonna be running like he did against Danny Garcia, man. But even worse, against Errol, he's a little small fighter. He really like a 140 fighter, if you ask me. And you know what I mean? Probably a 144 catch weight type of fighter. He got the height and he can give it a good fight, man. But they say that he gave Floyd hell back in the day. But Lamont, man, he ain't real active like that, man. He ain't got no Felix Diaz. They was battling. You know what I mean? I don't think Felix Diaz can handle TC power. So I really don't think he can handle Errol power. And I don't know, man. It's going to be a real hard fight for him to beat. And, he still ain't took that fight yet, man. But you just can't get it twisted, though. Peterson will give him a good fight. And if Peterson take that fight, I have nothing but respect for him, for taking that fight. Because ain't nobody taking a fight. Dude, this man got an IBF mandatory. What is going on? Is this real? Does this man need a promoter for real? I always thought he should have stayed around Floyd because Floyd is who gave him the name. You feel me? After that Sean Porter Adrian Bronner fight, Floyd was bragging on him and promoting him. And ever since then, everybody been watching him. So I think he should have stayed with Floyd. Just got on. He ain't getting paid that much. I think he only got made like $300,000 for fighting Kell Brook. Floyd would have got that man more money than that. And he need to stay active. He needs somebody out there. He needs some smart people out there that's making these fights happen, man. Even if he's fighting bums, he need to be fighting 3-4 times a year. He should have been fighting in August. Shit. Not even August. I say September. He should have been fighting in September. Then he could have fought again in January. And just kept, the way this man is sitting back chilling, it's almost like he's too nice. It's like, I know you cool, but you really got to start calling out these fighters, man, and making something happen or making some noise, going to the press conferences. Laura, they say Laura fell off, but Laura was at Canelo press conference. You feel me? That's how he made that fight, because he was yelling. And ever since then, I ain't really seen too many fighters going to fighters' press conferences at the fight, talking crazy, trying to make the fight happen, man, making noise, man. That's what you got to do. These dudes are so nice, man. It's crazy. It ain't like Errol Spence could just sit up and wait on Keith Thurman. Everybody want to talk about Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's name has been talked about so much that I almost want to give him pound for pound number one. I feel like, shit, his last couple of fights has been harder than fucking Terence Crawford competition. They say Terence Crawford's hardest fight was against Gamboa. He fought Felix Diaz, Ndongo, John Molina Jr., Ricky Burns, Delorme, Prescott, Hank Lundy. He could have been fighting even better competition. He could have fought Lamont Peterson probably, but at the same time, I don't know. He could have fought Danny Garcia, Adrian Bronner. He got to fight some of those fighters in order for him to get his name, man. The people he fought is not just big money fighters, man, or big name fighters. And none of them fighters equivalent to Lomachenko, equivalent to Danny Garcia, or equivalent to a Sean Porter even. You feel me? So he needs to move up and prove to us what he can do, because Terence Crawford is not a small fighter. He's not like Rigondeaux moving up to fight Lomachenko. He's a big guy. He's taller than Floyd. His reach is nice reach. And he can switch from left to right. He's something that we never seen before. He's exclusive. And he's elite, So, I think he's going to hold it down. I think he's going to do some damage. You know what I mean? But when he move up to this weight class, this is where he's going to get his respect. This is where he's going to make his name. 2017 been such a good boxing year that it exposed the weak guys. This channel right here, you can go back to my old videos and I kind of tell you guys shit that I see. And I was like, Anthony Joshua is nice. He's always smiling. He ain't got it in him. And then what do we hear? we hear him break the record of boxers. I never heard a boxer say that he can't beat another boxer. He don't think, well, he didn't say those exact words, but at the end of the day, when you put what he said together, you know what he said. You feel me? It was some of the weakest stuff we ever heard a boxer say. And even Terence Crawford, he's like, he's talking about Errol Spence, like, you know, even I said I don't think that it's time for that fight, but he said he gonna fight Errol Spence soon. He's talking like, what have Errol Spence proved to make him special? He said Errol Spence beat Kell Brook, but Kell Brook was damaged goods from the GGG fight, you know what I mean? He was, you know, so he not curved out. He's not saying that he's not ready, you know what I mean? He's not saying stuff like that. And what your boy Anthony Joshua was saying is making a real boxer fan that understands and take heart. You know what I mean? That he's not ready, and that means he's not mentally ready, and it kind of takes the excitement. I don't even want to see that fight in 2018, man. I think Anthony Joshua need to get his heart. You know what I mean? Maybe he need to go in and get some wars. He maybe need to fight Big Baby first, you know? I don't know. You know, maybe he's scared about the vital testing. I don't know what's wrong with him. It just don't make no sense. But it's looking like Terence Crawford will be fighting Jeff Horn in February, March. Just like I said 3 months ago. You feel me? I said that 3 months ago that's what's going to happen. And everything that I said is coming true. I even said Deontay Wilder will be fighting Stavern. And he might as well fight Stavern because I'd rather see that fight. You feel me? So everything is coming true. You know what I mean? The longer you guys fuck with me and go back to my old shit, y'all will understand that I'm not a psychic. Because if it was, even if I was, I wouldn't tell y'all motherfuckers everything, all facts. I'd get in trouble for telling y'all facts. But what I'm doing is, I am breaking down. This shit is simple. What Bob Arum's next move is, you come to this channel, I tell you what the fuck they gonna end up doing. I mean, just because you see a Terence Crawford video on my page with 123 views or some shit, that don't mean that 123 people watch that video. What it mean is I might be telling the fucking truth in that video, and they keep that kind of shit quiet. You feel me? Because on the low, Terence Crawford is gonna have to leave Bob, or Bob is gonna have to adjust. You know, Bob is gonna have to make adjustments. I think he could do it. I think Bob can do it though. I think Bob can make shit happen. He just gotta, you know, you gotta get over that petty shit. I do believe after Terence Crawford fight Jeff Horn, Bob Arum is going to make that Manny Pacquiao versus Terence Crawford fight. That's going to be a big fight, you know. It's going to be a big in-house fight. It's going to be good for Terence Crawford to get that fight against Manny Pacquiao. That will happen. I don't think Manny Pacquiao want to fight Jeff Horn no more. You feel me? Jeff Horn was coming in, headbutting Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, he just needed a nice, clean fight. And who better to get taken out by than Terence Crawford? You know what I mean? So I think that'll be what Bob gonna do. And then after that, you might hear a little bit more talk of him fighting Chief Thurman, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. I mean, I just can't see him fighting Lomachenko. I mean, just from the way that Mikey Garcia and Lomachenko, when they were standing next to each other, Lomachenko just ain't got the frame, a big enough frame to really move up to a big weight class like that, to me, you know, my opinion. But other people might say that Lomachenko could move to 140. Maybe against Manny Pacquiao or something. That'd probably be a good fight, but not against TC. I think TC would tear Lomachenko ass up. Even though Lomachenko is nice, but TC, I think he could do it. I think the 147 division is the weight division that he's supposed to be in, and where he's going to get his shine, and where he's going to have those fights where it's going to be big fights, because a big fight is when you don't know for sure that Terence Crawford can win. You feel me? I don't know. You feel me? Like Floyd against Canelo, you know, they hyped Canelo up. He was all Floyd undercards and stuff, and you know, we was like, we don't know. You know, Canelo can knock Floyd out. He is hard, you know. So you gotta have those fights like that to make you a big name fighter, man. But yeah, Terence Crawford, you know, he's not curved out. He's saying that he's ready to fight Errol Spence soon. You know what I mean? You know, because you gotta be like that. That's the attitude you gotta say. Yes, what shit you gotta say, man. Even if you ain't ready, man, you don't say, I don't know if I fight him next year, it'll be a mistake. That you don't say nothing like how your boy Anthony Joshua said against Wilder, man, that is just straight bogus. And Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, we know that they don't want to be champions, man. They don't want to be champions. They're just lames. You know, Sean Porter, we try to give you enough respect. We still want to see you fight for a title. After you lose 2 big fights straight, we want to see you fight for a title. But no, what you do is you and your dad act like it's 2015 and have the nerves to talk about jumping on airplanes to fight Danny Garcia and all that, man. Come on, bro. That shows that you guys is actually telling boxing interviewers not to ask you guys about Errol Spence at all. And that right there is lame. Because you guys should have thought of an excuse to tell reporters when they ask you about Errol Spence, but it's like you guys don't have no excuse. It's like you guys don't even listen to the YTBC, LDBC, none of them. All you do is go to your gym and live in your own little box and think that people gonna eat that food that y'all feeding them, man. They're not gonna eat it. They can see through what you doing. You know, there's a lot of channels out here that's really gonna tear you up. You know what I mean? Because it ain't about how many people viewing they channel, it's about who view they channel. You feel me? I mean, you know, like Sean Porter and Danny Garcia is actually, I ain't gonna say Danny Garcia. Sean Porter's actually telling reporters not to mention Errol Spence's name. And it's weird. You feel me? And then him and his daddy, they don't have no swag, do they? Look how they look. They look like some bullies, man. When you calling out Danny, you don't want to make the fight. You know how stupid you sound, bro? That sounds so dumb, dog. Like, y'all need to stop sounding stupid. And then when the next reporter asks you about Errol, you need to answer the question. You need to have something written, a reason why you ain't trying to make that fight, dude. Because right now, y'all, I really just lost all disrespect. I had a lot of respect for Sean Porter. I thought he was a bull. But now he's looking like a damn cow. You dig? Terence Crawford hasn't fought any elite fighters yet. You know what I mean? This moving up to 147 is going to be the perfect division for him to prove his worth. You know what I mean? This is going to be them fights where we're going to be like, I don't know, man. It's going to be, you might give TC a 60-40 over the opponent. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, he can't get knocked out. Can he take these punches? This is gonna be a close fight. This is gonna be those type of fights. This is what's gonna make him big, man. You know what I mean? But I think Bob most definitely is gonna make the Manny Pacquiao versus Terence Crawford fight after Terence Crawford get the WBO title. Manny Pacquiao probably take that fight before he retires. I could see that fight happening. Easy work. I mean, what more can I say about Errol? I mean, Errol, what you gotta do, this is the blueprint, man. You need to either join a promotional company or you need to really start calling out these fighters. You need to be on Instagram, not just boxing your cousin. You need to be on there like, man, you need to be talking about what we talking about. You feel me? Because it's bad that the boxing fans is more louder than you when it comes to you not making fights and fighters hiding. You should be calling these fighters out. We should have you talking on the interview, you know what I mean, about dogging these fighters out, man. You gotta hang around. You need a writer or something, man. You know what I mean? You need somebody to write down some shit for you to say, man. Like how Floyd got. Because Floyd be saying the same shit like somebody wrote that shit. But yeah, man, you gotta get some smart people around you, man. And go ahead and take over, man. And you and TC could be a good fight. Hopefully you can stay at that weight class long enough. But the way you fighting, bro, it's time for you to move up, man. It's time for you to move up. I even heard you say you'll fight Canelo GGG, so I know you ready to move up a little bit, But you're gonna have to move up probably in the middle, and you gotta be a 147 title holder, and one of you is undisputed at 147 and still making fights on the side at 154 or a catch weight 152, 150. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of work out there for you, man. Can't believe Cotto is finna fight Ali Saddam. This shit is ridiculously retarded. You know what I mean? But I'm not watching that fight. I'm not watching Sean Porter fight under the Wilder card. I'm watching the Wilder card. Probably gonna go roll up and smoke a couple blunts while they fighting. I don't want to see Sean Porter. He a lame. He shouldn't even be on TV. And Danny Garcia finna fight Brandon Rios. Oh my God. This shit is really getting lame. So man, definitely thank you guys for coming to Q City World, man. You know the deal, man. If you're a subscriber, you know what I mean, you good. You know, you got the condos and everything out there waiting for you, man. And these niggas out here not there with you. But, yeah, man, it's all good. Peace.